High-speed photography has always been plagued with two major problems. One is the amount of available light, and two is the type and quality of light that's used. The Luminys SunSource system provides up to 1 megawatt of usable light. If you compare our lights with anybody else's, you can get 1 megawatt of light out of 7 SunSource fixtures, whereas if you're going to go to a technology like HMI, you would need 125 heads to equal the same amount of optical power. So it becomes a lot more taxing, both from a maintenance point of view, from a setup point of view, compared to just dealing with 7 fixtures. Some of the major benefits, of course, of having a system that has that much optical lighting power: you can now increase your shutter speed to a lot more frames per second, or you can increase your f-stop so that you can get a much better depth of field. Depth of field is important because you can now see all the details that are happening in your frame. For example, in a crash test, as parts or particular portions of the image go out of focus, you miss those details. But now if you're able to have the entire image in focus, you can capture all that data and it becomes that much more useful. You can now, of course, add filters to the lenses of the camera, perhaps polarizers to cut down on glare. All these things are now possible due to the amount of available light. The second thing that the system solves is that the type of light is diffused, which helps you get rid of harsh shadows, hot spots, and it distributes the lights very evenly over the region of interest. With the diffused light that comes off of the omnireflector, it wraps around the objects and fills in the existing shadows. You can't achieve that with direct light. And these shadows can now be eliminated both inside and outside the car, giving you much better view of what's happening inside the vehicle. The omnireflector is an optically correct reflector that's designed to spread the light evenly over the region of interest. It's made out of aluminum, and it has a special type of reflector paint that we designed ourselves to achieve the right type of optical illumination that's required for high-speed photography. The omnireflector also has two end panels that we call flaps that are capable of pivoting in and out. The point of that is to be able to capture more or less light as needed underneath the reflector, or to allow larger objects to go in and out from underneath the reflector. So over that area, you ended up with 1 megawatts of light anywhere over that surface that's diffused and shadowless. Most people think that their buildings are not designed to power 1 megawatt of light. The SunSource station is unique in the sense that it can power up to 10 heads. The rest of all the amount of power that's required to get a sunburst all comes from DC batteries. The SunSource fixture itself can be configured in a multitude of different power requirements, anywhere from 25 kilowatts to 150 kilowatts. It uses our proprietary long strike lamp. The lamp uses a true DC arc that comes straight from the power station. The SunSource fixtures both have the ability to rotate and move up and down, so we can light it differently, or we can focus and diffuse the light as the shot needs to be. Aside from the units that are mounted in the sky pointing directly into the reflector system, there's also units that are mobile units to be put on the floor to either light particular areas that are not getting enough light, or to simply flood the rest of the amount of area and simply boost the overall amount of light available for shooting. The SunSource system utilizes a 12-inch touchscreen to control the entire system, and so one operator from anywhere on the floor can actually control the entire system, both positioning, light control, and everything else. It's very easy to use, and it becomes very flexible for every customer as we can customize it to their needs. Luminys has always been passionate about providing good customer service. For example, we send out our optics engineers to new installations to make sure that the system is installed properly and provides the optimal use for the customer. In addition to crash testing facilities, the omni-reflector system can be used anywhere where high-speed photography is required, including the entertainment industry.